Soosalu.
Yeah.
So is that a sound that we English people don't make?
Yeah. We got an S.
Reflection from the
We
windscreen.
can just focus it.
Oh.
Yeah, like that one. Good focus. A little bit better now. Yeah, sure.
Welcome to Hypnosis in Action. My name is Stephen Anderson. I am the Outback Hypnotist, and today we're going Smartie trekking. We go Smartie trekking for this reason. We look for people who, well, I tend to say leaders. Okay, so Henri, welcome.
Oh yeah, thanks for having me.
You're welcome. It's Henri Soosalu, and there's something in the middle there that's a sound that isn't made in English. Am I right there?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, tiny little S.
A tiny little S. Okay. And you're from
Estonia.
Estonia, which is northeastern Europe.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Okay. And you're here living in
Brisbane. Yeah.
For the next 12 months or so?
Even more actually.
Even more? Oh, okay. So something's changed since we last spoke.
Since we last see each other, but basically, came here just with me and my partner.
Yeah.
We were working holiday visas just for as travelers.
Mm.
But then we just decided that we want to stay a little bit longer. So I believe I made just a quick decision overnight then to start as a programmer. So
Right.
that's something. And
Hang on, what do you mean you made a quick decision overnight to start as a programmer?
well, we were just thinking like, what are our cards and what we can play like, and what we can do like overall, like, and I was thinking like, nah, don't want to go still back to Europe right now, and we're thinking like, why not, let's go and study then. So I applied for a school.
Oh, so you're now on a student visa?
No, not yet, but it's going to be soon, like in a few months.
Oh, sensational.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are you going to study? You're going to study programming, obviously.
Yeah.
And is that a 4-year uni degree or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
So 3 years.
Okay, so there's the reason you're here. I get people in here because they do things differently, right? And the main reason I invited you along today is because, well, basically you and your partner woke up one morning and said, well, we're going to go to the other side of the world, to a place where people don't speak the language we speak, and we're just going to live there for a couple of years. And I think that's something that not too many people do. I know there's a lot of backpackers and things, but in the general population, I think that's a very small percentage.
Yeah, kind of true, and well, but it's still like making like a quick decisions. I'm defining it like a little bit different ways. Like it's more like if you want to do something, then you just make a decision and you do it. And even if you're regretting it later on, it doesn't really matter. Like it's like yesterday, we made a decision with Katie, my partner. Like we just were thinking like, okay, we haven't been almost back at home now for a year and a half. We were thinking like, should we go or should not? Be like, okay, let's do it. And like just like that, 5 minutes, we did it. So I'm just thinking like to make different sort of those links, connections between.
Yep.
What you can make like just quick decisions. Like it's something different maybe. Yeah. Like most of the people will be maybe calculating it over and should we do this or not? And we were just like, no, we do it. And then we decided later, like, or we're not actually the decision is already made, but then we're just
So you're going to go home for a holiday, is what you're saying?
Well, we're going actually for a month, like, so it's not like it's a little bit more maybe even like in a holidays, but it's still like, yeah.
Cool. Okay, so tell me, what is running through your mind when you wake up that morning and say, well, we're going to totally and completely change our life and move to the other side of the world?
What I was thinking?
Yeah.
Well, I was actually a little bit, my heart was a little bit bombing. So I was thinking like, okay,
What's that?
Is it like a good thing what we're doing to just disconnect ourselves like to a whole different part of the world? And I was like thinking like, yeah, is it a good way or not? But it turns out that we have actually developed ourselves a lot during the time. We started from New Zealand, now in Australia. I've been recently before in United States and also traveling to full Europe. So the pattern is kind of the same, but it's just like people are different.
Okay. So how are people different?
Well, different sides of the world. People are just their education level, and also how they're actually like just thinking you as a foreigner, how they're accepting you. Like it's a sort of different.
Are you accepted?
Yeah, absolutely, totally.
So on the other side of the world, in Europe, you're
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's just that it's more like a matter of adaptation, like how fast you can adapt to a certain certain level, like yeah.
Okay. Was it a quick decision like the one you made yesterday?
Yeah.
To pack up your life?
Yeah. kind of the same, yeah. But it's just it gets easier actually on the way because you don't have so many things. Like you're not really like you have only your 7 things and you can pack them up really fast.
Right.
So the decisions the second time comes way more faster. The first time I would say like I had my apartment, car, everything. Like you have to get rid of this.
Yeah.
But now it's a little bit more easier.
Did you get rid of everything?
Actually not, but it's well, I've sort of sorted them out, but they're still there.
Right. Right. Is the thought there that you may not go home? I mean, move home permanently?
No, I haven't made that decision yet. Like, so.
Is there the thought in the mind?
Not really.
No.
Today, like,
So
I don't know. Maybe if it comes someday, then I might do it. But I'm saying like right now, I just don't feel like it's just not enough right now. And if it is, if the click comes, like, then I will just go home.
Right. Okay.
That's how easily it is.
Fair enough. Okay. Now, so you're going to become a programmer through a uni here in Australia.
Yeah.
What's your background before you left home?
Well, I actually studied business and administration back at home. Ungraduated degree, but yeah, things just moved on. I've done some musical things, but yeah, nothing like that before actually. Program is kind of new. Like I was just thinking, like recently, what we did with myself and our partner then, we started our own company in here in Brisbane.
Right.
And we're just thinking like, okay, what is the thing like what we can offer people, like what we can do pretty good. And today is just developing websites, and just since that was like kind of reasonable level to move on to programming, but I've never done anything like that. So we basically just started from scratch, and just I had like I ordered one website a few years ago, and I didn't know anything about it. So just I don't know. Go with the flow.
Go with the flow. Self-taught website designer. But last time we spoke, you were working in construction.
Yeah, last time I was working there, but things have changed a lot.
Have they?
Since that, yeah. So I'm not doing any more of that.
Right.
It's mainly like just doing websites right now, and we're actually working right now. We're on 3 projects. So
you are currently working on 3 projects.
Yeah.
Okay, I find that incredibly interesting, primarily because of your situation. Is there a language barrier? Is there a
sure, there is. There's all these things together, and it makes it even more harder, yeah, on different environment. Like, but what I'm thinking, like, even if I don't know something, there's always someone who knows, and I can always just ask them a little bit of help or just make it work. Like, so it's not a real problem. The problem is in your head, like more like if you're thinking it as that. But if you think that there is no barriers or something, then it's pretty easy to do it. Actually, it's pretty straightforward. If you have the plan, just do it.
If you have the plan, just do it. Okay, so tell me about your plan. Tell me about how someone moves to a new country and just says, I'm just going to open a business. I'm just in the mood. I'll just start getting work. I'll just
that's a tricky one. Well, it depends on the person itself a lot, but it's mainly the idea what's in your head, and if you believe in yourself, then it's doable. If not, then you're probably gonna fail, or something happens. Like it's never going as in plan or as planned, but you can just develop your skills as you go. So it's it's nothing like I don't even know what's the language now. Now it comes to barrier. I don't even know what
does it
right
like?
now. No, I'm just looking the word right now that, well, basically related to barriers. Yeah, like
to barriers. So
yeah.
blockages.
Yeah, blockages. Just some of your mental blockages what you might have like somewhere.
Okay. And you're finding that those mental blockages just aren't there for you because that's the way you live, or because that's something that you are aware of and have fixed, or?
Well, over the years, just I've had several, as I even have today, some of them, but I just deal with them. You know, I know that they're somewhere there, but I'm just doing my thing, and I'm just keep on pushing. It's just actually pushing every day. Like it's not easy. I can tell you that. Like I've been thinking a lot that maybe I should quit or just go back and I'm useless. You have some downsides, but still, like in the end of the day, it's worth it, and you can see your own development. That's the main idea.
Okay. So do you go looking for this development?
You
say you can see your own development. Do
yeah,
you
absolutely.
actually have to say to yourself, I've got to go and look for the good things? Because a moment ago you were talking about the bad things.
Well, not necessarily, but it's you're just taking it like just some quick thoughts. If it does make any sense.
I'm sorry, I'm distracted just at the moment because I think we're lost.
It might actually be, yeah.
Yeah, but we're going through a very nice industrial estate. There's no doubt about that, right near the airport. Okay, so I feel like we're talking around in circles. Let's go back to your plans. So you're going to do programming. You're going to run a small business. You're going to be in this country for a while longer because your education looks like it's going to take a few years.
Yep.
And what next? What else?
Maybe next country. Repeat.
Rinse and repeat.
It might be like in some point, yeah. But like I said before earlier, you just go with the flow, and we'll see how it goes. Okay, and if you feel it, then we just there's no second thoughts then. Like
okay, this is a dual thing. It's you and your partner. We'll give her a name. We'll stop calling her your partner. Katie.
Katie, yeah.
Okay, so this is a dual thing that you're working together and you're always agreeing, or?
Yeah, well, second thing, if you're doing some business with your own partner, it's always not easy. Like, we have different opinions on something. Mm-hmm. What I have to say, during the time that we are always together and we are working from home, we are 24/7 literally together. Yeah. We even do groceries together, like, and it was actually mind-blowing at first when we started traveling like a year ago, or a year and a half. It was at first it was pretty hard, to just find some conclusions and to just agree on each other. But today I feel like it's just part of the communication.
So have you run across many people that are in a similar situation to what you're in, and are you finding that the relationships stand up, or is it something that would tend to drive people apart from what you've seen?
What I've seen, I've seen that it more is like kind of separates them, like
right.
That's what I've seen, but I'm sure that it's doable. Like I've done it myself, so it depends on you how good communicator you are, and you have to be honest. Like that's the key part of it, I guess. Even if it's like if it's bad truth, you have to say it. Like there's nothing to do about it. Then you just cope with it.
Can you say that again?
Even if it's a hard truth.
Yes.
Like just what you don't want to hear, then just say it out. That's the way. Yeah.
So are you both good communicators, or is it something you've had to learn?
Well, I had to learn a lot actually from Katie, because I was always kind of picky guy, I say what I want, and then I have to get it now. But yeah, I've changed a lot myself, and the communications between us. Yeah, if you say it's like so, yeah.
Okay. Can you give me an example of something you used to do that you've had to pull yourself up at because you saw it was a...
Well, I was more like, you know, I'm very self-confident, so when always there is some sort of a business decisions to make, I say my thing and I'm just gonna stick to that. Yep. So that's my opinion. I'm gonna be here.
Yep.
I'm not going anywhere. So recently I have been started to listening more and thinking about the other side. Maybe I'm selfish, maybe not. I can't just tag myself, but yeah, I've been starting listening a lot.
Has she changed?
Ooh, she's changed a lot. Yeah, in each way, like starting from her mindset, the way she looks, way she even walks. Like actually, she's done all. She's a totally different person.
Okay.
Yeah.
For the better?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like it's just self-developing. Like and actually, when you know it, that you're doing it.
And this is stuff that you're noticing easily, or something that you are having to watch for?
Some of the things like the way she speaks and her level of confidence.
Yes. That's
the thing what I can see every day. But maybe what comes as how she communicates with other persons in Australia here, for example, or doesn't matter actually where. Then yeah.
So she was not a confident person at home?
No, not at all. She was confident in her professional field when she did communication back home. So that was her thing, and she was good at there. But when we moved aboard to New Zealand, then she didn't have any confidence at all. So basically how I started was like in New Zealand, I just took the phone. I was thinking like, okay, it was our second day in New Zealand. I was thinking like, well, we actually have a lot of time like to go to work and to start a new life. But I was thinking like, okay, let's just try it. Like, you know, it's a risk-free. The worst thing what they can say is no, and it doesn't really influence me today. So I picked up a phone. The first thing didn't just yeah, it's just rang, so nobody just took it up. But the second call, what I got the job. So I was like, okay, that's pretty good.
That sounds pretty
good. I was like, okay. So and unluckily for me, I had to go to work in 5 days, but that's another story.
Okay. So, as I said right at the beginning, you two are doing something that is very different to what most people do.
Yeah.
Is it something you'd recommend?
Absolutely. And even it doesn't matter how old you are. You might be even in late 40s, or it doesn't matter. You just can do it with the family, and altogether it's even more fun, I guess. Sure, it's not that easy. You have things like liabilities maybe, but it's still doable if you want to do it.
Okay, the toughest thing that you've run up against since you've left home?
Toughest thing. Let's see. One of my cousins died. So, and that was just a word. That was just, I can't go.
Yeah.
So that's sort of the thing what you're not expecting maybe. And another thing is that I feel kind of my relationships back at home and in Europe, they kind of slowly disappear right now. Right. You know, it just fades away. So
social media hasn't, because I know the first time I spent any time away from home was in the UK in the mid-80s, and there was no communication between there and here.
Yeah, sure.
Has social media not given you the ability to keep up those?
It gives the ability like to do the thing, but in the end of the day, people are really not relating to you anymore, your friends, closest friends even, because they have different problems in the world. Like maybe my problem is today that I got sunburned or something, and they are like, oh, I have to just heat up my house because it's -20 right now. So it's totally different.
So
and
your problem's better.
yeah, well, it is, but you know, it's I don't want to relate like that. We're still equal, like, but I don't know. It's it just goes like kind of you have just less topics, and you know, you ask what's new, maybe nothing new. Okay, maybe someone had a new baby. Okay, I understand. That's congratulations, but I haven't seen. I don't know.
Yeah.
You just don't relate so easily anymore.
In Estonia, family and community, is it a big part of the society there?
I would say like in some families, but mostly not. It's like I know that, for instance, like Italy is pretty good, like with their family, like the relationships, a really strong one. But in Estonia, I would say now, like it's especially in my family, like we're all like individuals more. Well, my sister used to live 10 years in Paris. I'm living abroad. Like my dad used to live like in UK, like a little bit. Mom was working in Estonia, so I don't know. We're all like mixed up and all apart, like so.
So similar to Australia in that way.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay. So, are you forming any real relationships in this country or New Zealand when you were there? Is something that you try to do, or that you find difficult to do?
That's actually a good question. Like that's actually a third or second hardest part of living abroad. And at first, you find it really easily to connect with people and just start a new friendship, and you know, just go with that. But if you know already that you're going away from country where you're currently staying, then it makes it a little bit harder. And today, being in Australia, it's my 4th time basically doing this all over again, the same pattern. I'm just feeling it's even more difficult today, like to just start a new relationship with anyone. Like it doesn't matter what sort of relationship it is, but it is harder for me.
Yeah.
I just mentally it is. I'm just thinking like, oh, I have to do it all over again, you know?
Yeah.
Just start from scratch.
So does that stop you trying?
No, not at all. It's just on the second hand, it's like, or on the other hand, it's just the exciting part of it. So you don't know how it goes, and you'll see the different side of it. So the truth is somewhere between, as always.
As always. So, when you knew that you were going to come for a ride with me today, is there anything that you thought you would want to get across, that you would want to talk about that we haven't actually talked about?
Yeah, I believe the same. The last topic what we spoke, that just making a new relationship.
Yeah.
That's actually the hardest part. Yeah.
Okay. In your culture, does the male find it more difficult to form relationships? I know it's very much that way here.
Yeah, I can relate to that a little bit, but you know, us Estonians, we're kind of slow if you're thinking like that. We're like, you know, it's like the real Estonian man is like, you know, you're thinking it, you're calculating, should it be? Then half a year later, you're still calculating it,
right. And
then maybe you missed your opportunity already. So that's the way back at home.
So you've totally gone against the culture there.
Yeah. Well, I'm moving pretty fast forward, I would say, currently. Yeah.
What's the climate like in your home? When I don't mean the temperature, I mean whether it be political, whether it be the, you know.
Yeah, we'll still have like 4 seasons, and you can make a lot of difference between those 4. So when it is autumn, then it is. You can see it when it is fall, then it is.
Sorry, when I said climate, I meant the political climate. Is it a thriving country? Is it a failing country? What is it?
I would say we're doing pretty okay, like right now. It's there is some things what you can do better, but it's going alright. Like depending overall, like ratings of the world, like it's kind of average. I would say so.
Average. Cool.
Yeah, we're not going anywhere like fast. We're not going anywhere slow. We're just between there. We're just normal. Okay, we're
okay.
doing fine.
Okay, so you're not, not like greases.
No, not at all.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So, my job while we're doing this is to listen and to try and hear ways that you are hypnotising yourself.
All right.
That's made you a little bit different to most. Okay. The ability you have to make those snap decisions, I think, is one way. Because most of us don't. Most of us, like you said, at home, will spend their time looking at it and then looking at it again and then looking at it again and talking ourselves out of it because we see the danger in it. And I think that's it. And I think also the deep down inside, your ability to recognise that the faults you have need to change, whether it was the lack of communication skills you were talking about before, whether it was you mentioned something else also that you had changed along the way, and the fact that you can look at yourself and see that is also because most of us don't look inwards, we look outwards and basically blame others. I wonder which way I go.
Let's go straight.
Yeah, let's go straight. That might work. I was going to follow that truck. So they're the things I see that you're doing a little bit differently than most people, and I think it's fabulous that you're here because you're going to give many people an experience and some knowledge that they would never have had before because of the fact that you're from such a different background. Sound cool?
Yeah. If you want to see this full episode, just go to the outbackhypnosis.com.
Perfect.
I'm pretty good with myself today, and in the last actually couple of months already, because last time we saw it was like, I guess 3 months ago already, maybe like that. Things have changed a lot since that,
and you're enjoying that change.
Oh, yeah, I am, but I'm also tired of it because basically working every day. So that's the downside of it. But I'm still, in general, I'm happy about it because I'm developing myself. That's the main thing. Like, if I feel it stops, then it's time to move on.
Yeah.
To just do something else, or just go to a different place, or just try a different way.
Are you running from anything?
No.
You've said that a few times, that if it changes, I'll just be able to move on.
No, I'm actually even not running, but I'm just saying that I'm keeping my opportunities open.
Okay.
So I don't want to attach myself like that. Okay, now I'm rooted here.
Yeah.
I have to stay here.
Okay.
So I want to be like kind of that. Oh, I have the opportunity. If I want to, I'm able to do it. So that's the key here. No, I'm actually not escaping anything. I had pretty good life back at home. Even I can relate to even here. Like it was kind of same good.
Yeah.
Yeah. It wasn't bad at all. And I was doing fine. Katie was doing really good. And then we just thought, we need to change. It was too easy.
It was too easy.
It was too easy, back at home. We already made it. Like we were both 23, and we were like high-paid positions.
Yeah.
And we were thinking like, okay, should we buy a house now or home? And we're like, no. We're 23 only. We have been together only like a year, so maybe we should go. So it was too easy, I would say. Yeah.
Okay. And would it be easy if you went back there?
You mean right now, or like last year, or
right now?
Yeah, it's probably still gonna be easy. It's gonna be more easier now, I guess.
Because you've got more skills.
I got more skills. I'm just way more confident. I was confident before, but now I'm like really confident.
Yeah.
If I'm saying something then I'm just gonna keep to that. Yeah. And other people will see that. They reflect you even somehow.
They do.
For
certain.
And yeah, but I've been thinking about it, but it's like it's just the way.
So when are you heading home for the holiday?
From June, 20 June to 20 July.
Okay, so not only did you make the decision yesterday, you booked the flights.
Oh yeah, we already bought it. Yeah, we did it yesterday. We just thought, like I said earlier, we were like just like thinking like, okay, should we go? I was just speaking with my family, and we were like, we haven't seen each other, like, and we were like, okay. Then 5 minutes later, we just did it, and we bought tickets already. And we were like, okay, we have it now. Now we have to deal with it. Yeah. So we just put it ourselves again in a situation. Like actually, we did the same kind of situation. Was a year and a half ago in New Zealand, or actually 2 years ago even. You can go from here, and we were just thinking about it, and then 9 hours later, we just decided that we were going to travel another side of the world. So yeah.
Hang on, say that again, because I must have.
I didn't mention it in an interview, but yeah, it was like.
I'll add bits of these in.
Yeah. So we made a decision 2 years ago. We're just taking like ourselves. Okay. Let me start again. I was going to check the visa appliances for New Zealand 2 years ago, and I saw the same day was the appliance went on. So we had only like few hours to make the decision. So we made it, basically 9 hours or 8 hours. We made the decision that we were going to move abroad. But we had a perfect flight back at home.
But not just abroad. From a perfect life back at home, you not only moved abroad, but you moved to virtually the furthest possible place.
Yeah. And we just ripped ourselves like off there, all the things what we had. Yeah. Pretty cool, eh?
Pretty cool. It is.